Okay, all big, brown, beautiful eyes on me. Let me see whose eyes I see. I see Effie's eyes, I see Victoria's eyes, and Jennifer's eyes, and Logan's eyes, and Jada's eyes, and I see everybody's eyes sitting so nicely getting ready to learn. Okay, today what I wanted to ask you is I'd like to ask you a question. When you go and you pick your books for your Just Right bags, who can raise their hand and tell me, why do you pick certain books? Grace, how come?
Because you know them.
Okay, maybe because you know the book, which is a great reason to pick a book. Why else would you pick a certain book, Jada?
You like that?
Okay, maybe because you looked at the book and you liked what you saw, right? Okay, hands down. So today, we're going to be talking about the main idea of the book. The main idea is what the book is all about. So when you look at a book, you say, oh, I like this book, because you're looking at the main idea of the book. Okay, everybody take a look at this book. Just look at the cover right now. Okay, and I want you to raise your hand and tell me what you think this book might be all about. What's the main idea of this book? Austin?
It's all about space with all the kinds of moons.
Very good. He said it's all about space. How come he said it was all about space?
Because he sees planets.
Because he sees planets. Very nice, Austin. So the main idea of this book is about space. So when we open up and we look inside, we're going to see all things that we know about space. These are the details.
That's the sun.
Oh, raise your hand. Who can tell me the first detail of this space book? What do you see, Melanie?
A space rig.
A space what, honey? What does this look like?
Like a moon.
Well, maybe a moon, but it looks kind of hot to me. It's the thing in space that keeps us warm. Do you know what keeps us?
It keeps us warm because it's hot.
What's it called?
The station.
No, who can help her out? No calling out. What's it called, Gio?
A sun.
This is the sun. Okay, this is a detail. The main idea is space, and up in space is a sun. Now let's look for another detail. Oh, this is what comes out at night. Who knows what comes out at night? Jaylene?
The moon.
The moon. This is another detail of the book. The book is about space, and the moon is in space. Who knows what these are called? Grace?
Stars.
Yeah, these are stars that are in space. This is another detail of the book. All right, I'm going to flip forward. Oh, let me tell you what these are. Please put your hands down and sit for me. Oh, I hear a lot of kids calling out. Please put your hands down. Who thinks they know what these might be? What do you think, Sophia?
The meteor was fell on Patricia Calaco's house.
Oh, James, go sit for me, honey. Say that again. She says they're meteors that fell on
Patricia Calaco's house.
on Patricia Palaco's house. Very good remembering. So this is a detail. Meteors are up in space. No moving, James. Okay, let's look for another detail. Oh, and this is where we live. Jennifer? This is the Earth. So this is part of space also. So the main idea of this book is space. And all the pictures inside are details. So now, I don't want you to say anything. I just want all eyes up here. Don't say anything and don't raise your hand. I just want you to look carefully at the cover. Don't say nothing. Put your hand down and just look. And I want you to try to be thinking in your brain what the main idea of this book might be. Hands down. Just look. And think. Shh. Look carefully. Sit, baby. Look carefully. Hands down. Go ahead. Oh, I shouldn't hear anybody. I just want you to look. What do you think the main idea of this book might be? Right now, turn to your neighbor and tell your neighbor what you think the main idea might be. Jose, tell Brian what you think the main idea might be. Talk with them. Come here, talk with her, sweetheart. Jen, sit there. Oh, I hear some good talking going on. Brian, turn around and let Jose get involved, okay? Turn around and let Jose get in with you. Here, Brian, you can talk to Jose. There you go. Tell him what you think the main idea is. Jose, tell Brian what you think the main idea might be. Brian, look at him. Be a good listener. What did you tell him? Say, I think the main idea is about zebras. Now, what do you think the main idea of this book might be? Look at it. What's the main idea? What's this book mostly about? Maybe about zebras. Grace, come sit, sweetheart. Okay. All right. Everybody, S-T-O-P. Right. Please sit. Now, I heard some great talking going on. A lot of kids have a pretty good idea of what the main idea is. Raise your hand if you could tell me what you think the main idea might be. What do you think, Giovanni?
About zoo.
Maybe about the zoo. How come you think it's about the zoo?
Because there's zebras at the zoo.
There are zebras at the zoo. That's an excellent idea. It might be about the zoo. What do you think the main idea might be?
About zebras.
Maybe about zebras. Why do you think she thinks it's about zebras? Because she sees zebras. Let me see one more. What do you think the main idea might be? Okay, you looked at the title and you thought it might be about animals. Okay, I'm going to tell you what I think it might be about. I think that the main idea of this book might be about animals and their babies. So let's see if we can open up and find some details. No talking, I just want you to look now. Patrick, no tying now. Just looking at the details in here. Don't say anything. Hands down. Just looking. We're looking at the details. Oh. Okay, now listen.
It's so cute.
Now,
What are you doing, Bill?
after we looked at the details, now I'd like to know, what do you think the main idea of this book's going to be about, Austin?
Animals.
And their...
And the zoo.
Nope. Good try, though. Think of the details that you saw. On every page, we saw an animal and its baby. An animal and its...
Baby.
An animal and its...
Baby.
So the main idea of this story is probably about an animal and its...
Baby.
Who can remember a detail from this book? Who remembers a detail? I'm not going to call you if you call out. Who remembers a detail? Jada, tell me a detail.
There was an elephant that had a baby.
There was an elephant and the baby. That's a detail. Tell me another detail.
Tiger.
And its...
Baby.
A tiger and its baby. That's another detail from inside the book. Tell me another detail. What, honey? A bear with its baby is a detail from in the book. One more detail, Jaylene.
A kangaroo and a baby in the tummy.
A kangaroo with the baby in the tummy. That was a detail from in the book. Hands down for now. Hands down for now. So the cover of the book will probably tell you the main idea, and everything inside the book is the detail. Now listen, today when we go back to our seats, you're going to have little books on your table. It doesn't matter whose name is on it. You take any book you want to look at. I want you to look at the cover of the book, and I want you to be thinking, what's the main idea of this book? And then I want you to flip through the book and try to find details. I'm going to see which table can go most quietly. I'm going to let Jennifer's table go back to their seats. Oh, so nice. Okay, show me the cover of your book, Vicki. All right, what do you think this book's the main idea is? You think the main idea is about winter? Okay, very nice. So look through the book and see if you can find some details. Okay, Jose, let's look at the cover of your book. Show me the cover. Show me the front, the cover. What do you think the main idea of this book is?
Jacket.
Well, you see a jacket, but you see some other things. What else do you see?
I see hat.
You see a hat, you see a jacket, and do you know what that's called that you wear on your neck? A scarf. Say scarf. Now hold on. Now when do you wear all those things? In the what?
In the cold.
In the cold. So the main idea of this book is probably things that you wear in the
cold.
In the cold or in the winter. Okay, good boy. You look for some details. Now let's look at your cover. What do you think the main idea of your book is all about?
Fishing.
Okay, how come you say fishing?
Because I see a fish.
Okay, and you see a boy carrying his fishing pole, don't you? Very nice. Now look for some details. Okay, Jennifer, let me see the cover of your book. Oh, what do you think the main idea of your book is all about? What do you think?
About the beach.
About the beach. How come you think it's about the beach? Tell me loud.
I see a sandcastle.
You see a sandcastle, and where do you make a sandcastle?
At the beach.
Very nice. What do you think you're going to see? What details do you think you might see in this book? What else do you do at the beach?
You go swimming.
You go swimming might be another detail. One other. Can you think of another detail?
You can go fishing.
You might go fishing at the beach. Very nice. Okay, look through your book for some details. Let me see what book you have. Show me the cover. What do you think the main idea of this book is?
Puppies.
What, honey?
Puppies.
Maybe about owning a puppy. So what kind of details do you think will be in this book?
Some puppies are taking a bath.
Taking a bath? What other details?
Puppies getting hung. The puppy's gonna go eat.
Eating? Very nice. Any other ones that you can think of?
The girl just took it and pet them.
What, sweetheart?
The one that like this one, I saw it.
Oh, petting the puppy?
Yeah.
Of course, loving the puppy is very important. Good job, James.
Victoria, that's your name.
Grace, let me take a look at your book. Show me the cover. Let's look at the cover. Let's try to figure out. What do you think the main idea of this book is?
In winter.
Oh, well, you read the title, didn't you? So what's the main idea of this book?
Winter.
Now, what kind of details do you think you might find? What kind of hats? Because you wear a hat in the winter. What other details would be in this book? Because you why?
Because you wear them around your neck when your neck is hot.
Very nice. Now, would you wear a scarf in the summer? How come?
Because it would make your neck hot.
It would make your neck too hot. And this is all about things that you wear in the winter. Beautiful job. little bit.
About my dog. My dog. Let's see. Let me see. What's the main
Workshop today. I heard a lot of kids talking about the main idea and looking for details in their books. And like I said, kids did a beautiful job. Okay, now, Jada, can you come up with your book, please?
Go, Gina.
No, come on. Okay, take a look at Jada's book. Okay, Jada, tell me, what was the main idea of the book you picked?
My pet.
Okay, she read the title. Okay, so My Pet. And if you look at the picture, tell me what you see.
A girl and a dog.
A girl and a dog. So the main idea of this book is taking care of a pet. Okay? Now, can you tell us some of the details from the book? What's this detail?
The girl pets the dog.
Okay, loving your pet is a detail of having a pet. What else do you have to do if you have a pet?
Yes, to feed the pet.
You must feed your pet. Very nice. Another detail. What's this? What do you got to do?
You have to wash the pet.
Another detail, you must wash your pet.
Very important.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let her finish, baby. And what is this to do? What's the detail here?
You have to wet the pet.
Yeah, wet the pet, maybe let it out to get a little wet, it says. And finally, what's the last thing you have to do if you have a pet?
You have to
What does it look like the girl's doing?
hug the pet.
You have to hug your pet. Okay, so the main idea is about pets, and all the details are inside. Give her a round of applause. Okay, let me see. Let me see, Vicky, come up.
Go, Vicky.
Okay. Now take a look at Vicky's book. I bet a lot of kids know the main idea of this book.
I know.
Let's see if Vicky knows. Vicky, what's the main idea of the book you chose?
Beach. Play.
Plans.
Play.
Does anybody know what it means to make plans? What does it mean to make plans? What? Go ahead, sweetheart. Okay, eyes up here. So this book is about beach plans or about going to the
Beach.
Now, does anybody know what kind of details might be in this book? What would you do at the beach? Only 3 kids? Only 3 kids? No? Oh my goodness, I thought more kids knew about the beach. What's something you would do at the beach, Jose?
Make a castle.
Make a sandcastle. Good boy. You could find treasures at the beach. One more, James.
You can surfboard.
You could surfboard, absolutely. Okay, one more question. What's the main idea of this book, Giovanni? Yeah, going to the beach. Very nice. Give her a round of applause. Okay, hands down. Take a look up here. Take a look up here. Now, tell me, what's the main idea of the book you chose? Don't worry about the title. Just tell me what you see there. What you wear in the winter. So, do you think that there's going to be a pair of shorts in here?
No.
How come?
Because if you use that, you'd be cold.
You would be cold because you wear shorts in the... Does anybody know what time of the year? Sophie? In the summer. And this book is all about what, Austin? Not the summer, but the...
Winter.
This is about the winter. So what's some details that we might find in here? Does anybody know any of the details in this book? Call a kid to tell us a detail. Jennifer Reyes, do you know a detail from this book? Wearing a hat. Because this book is all about the winter. Very nice. Would you wear a hat in the summer, Giovanni? How come? Too hot, right. Sit for me, sweetheart. Okay, can anybody think of another detail from this book? Call on another kid to think of a detail. Those kids in the back, come on, think of something in this book. You know what you wear in the winter. Call somebody. Michaela, what's another detail?
Scarf.
Okay, don't just say scarf, say wearing a scarf. Wearing a scarf, because when would you wear a scarf? In the winter, because a scarf helps keep you what? Very nice. One more detail, Jada.
You wear mittens.
Mittens. Very nice. Okay, hands down. Give her a round of applause. Okay, you do have a question. Let me hear. Hands down. Let me hear Melanie's question.
My mom bought me other things, and it's about
Girls, let her speak.
about something.
All right, let me stop you there. She said to me, she said, my mom bought me one of these winter things. Does anybody know what she's trying to say? That's good that you showed that.
Scarf.
Very nice. Her mom bought her a scarf.
But it's red.
And when would you wear a scarf?
In the winter.
Now, could that be a detail in that book? It could. Very nice. Now, here's what I want to know. Hands down, girls. I don't want to hear about the cool kid box now. Now, listen. Now, it's important to know the main idea of the book. Because when you pick a book, you want to know what it's all about. Right? Okay. Here's what I want to say. Okay, we're going to choose right now. You can only pick one. You can, just wait. You can only choose one. Okay, if you could read this book or this book, who would like this book? Raise your hand, don't say anything. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, 12 kids would like that book. 12. How many kids would like to read this book? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. Who can raise a hand and tell me which number's bigger, 15 or 12?
15.
15 is bigger. So this is the winner. But here's what I want to know. Who can tell me, why did they choose this book? Why did you choose this book? Because this kids in class, the kids in class seem to like animals and their babies a little bit more than space. Very nice.